And man, you didn't really see. You missed it. Jalen Hurts and that bar he just dropped right there.
No.
Yeah,
I didn't miss it. But go ahead.
Just dropped one. He just let you know that everybody in their opinions don't deposit at the bank. I love that.
For sure.
Ooh, that's
Micah
a good
Parsons
one right there.
Micah Parsons has an opinion, but he will deposit you on the turf. You know, like I love what's going on here. We're talking about Micah Parsons, who, if there's a dude who's more like Lawrence Taylor than Micah Parsons since LT was around, you got to give me the name, because this dude looks the most to me like LT in his young career so far. Since LT, I haven't seen another player that made me think, boy, that reminds me a lot of that. That's a lot.
That may be true, but Jalen Hurts is not backing down.
Nah, Jalen Hurts.
Nobody and no thing whatsoever. I mean, it's just interesting to hear in that conversation right there, what Jalen Hurts is saying. He just lets you know he done been through a lot, so it's nothing new to him.
Jalen Hurts is, it's clear why his teammates love him, right? Why they play well together, his leadership style and skills, and ability, coach's son, all that kind of stuff. Threat through the air, threat on the ground, the whole thing. But Key, this matchup, these two teams head-to-head all year. The Eagles have been hearing about how, well, the Cowboys will probably pop them in Dallas, right? That'll be another loss. Eagles, meantime, don't look like they're trying to lose to anyone. Dallas sees them coming. It's the heavyweight matchup.
But the crazy part about it, they don't play for 2 weeks, though.
Yeah, but it's
they play on Christmas Eve, man.
Yeah, Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that's a couple weeks from now, and they chirping already.
Oh, I love it.
Or what better yet, Micah Parsons is chirping, not Jalen Hurts, so to speak. I just like what Jalen Hurts said about opinions, because he's so true. You can't cash those at the bank.
Let's talk about what Micah Parsons said. He was speaking on the Von Cast with Von Miller, Cowboys edge rusher, and Micah Parsons openly questioned. Now think about this. They're chasing the Eagles. Hurts is balling out. You might make one or two plays on the quarterback, and he'll still beat you. If his team is better, if he makes a nice play, Parsons, he just throws down he's just like, look, this is what I said. Here I come. He openly questioned how much credit Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts deserves for Philadelphia's success. Listen to this.
We look at the Eagles. Is it Hurts or the team? I think it's a little bit of both, man. It's system and team. I think it's a little bit of both, man, because they got a great offensive line, which helps Hurts. Hurts has A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. They got a good running game.
Miles Sanders.
They scheme that they have.
O-line. I mean, bro, hey,
this Eagles Cowboys, the Eagles Cowboy coming up, ain't it?
Yeah, it's coming up. I'm not trying to make no enemies. I just love the game so much, and I understand it so much that I can't. I when things are off, I just can't hold it in. I almost gotta say something.
Yeah, you're right. They got a great team, great defense.
But everyone has their own opinions.
But they got Jalen Hurts is.
He's good.
He's good. He's minus 150. He's the odds-on favorite to win the MVP. Mahomes is plus 200. Joe Burrow plus 650. Josh Allen, who's the preseason favorite, plus 2,200.
Josh Allen up there. They ain't gonna let that go.
Well, listen, hey, Key. Josh Allen has 2 or 3 good games. He's right. Josh Allen can easily get back in.
It's funny though. They ain't gonna make sure to keep his name in the odds.
Well, he was the preseason favorite. So Jalen Hurts, Key. I hear what Micah Parsons is saying, and I believe him. I think Micah Parsons believes what he's saying. But the eyeball test to me with Jalen Hurts checks. It looks good. Even if you think he's on a great team, and he is, protection, offensive line, wideouts, coaching, the whole thing. But it looks good when Jalen Hurts does it. How good is Hurts, Key?
Okay, so before I even get into how good is Hurts, I'm going to push back on Micah Parsons when he start talking about the team and all the sort of things, because Peyton Manning had Marvin Harrison, Edgerrin James, Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark, Mathis on the defense, Freeney on the defense, Jason Belzer in the secondary, Tony Dungy on the sideline. I mean, so, you start getting into personnel and things of that nature, that quarterback makes that personnel go. Tom Brady had Gronkowski. He had Willie McGinnis and Teddy Bruschi. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on about quarterbacks and their personnel groupings and what Troy Aikman had and what Deion Sanders was on one side and Charles Haley was the defensive end on another side and Emmitt Smith was behind him running the ball and the playmaker was running skinny posts for first downs on 3rd and 18. You cannot take away from the potential greatness that Jalen Hurts has just because he's surrounded around a great cast of characters. They went out, and Howie Roseman went out and got A.J. Brown because he realized that quarterback needed help to take it to the next level. They drafted Devontae Smith, not with the idea of Jalen Hurts, but understanding they needed a young go-getter at the receiver position for them. They got Sanders in the backfield. They got defensive help up front because they knew that they needed to plug holes so they didn't get gashed in the middle of the field. I mean, it's so you can't look at it and say, well, Jalen Hurts isn't doing his job. It's everybody else, because you could apply that to Jim Kelly when he went to 4 Super Bowls if it wasn't for Bruce Smith and Andre Reed at the receiver position and Thurman Thomas at the running back spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I do. But
you can't do that.
But yes, that's right. And as I said, even if someone has all that stuff, then you have to evaluate what you see them do with it. Jalen Hurts looks good. Harry Douglas made a point.
But anybody that has all of what he has,
yeah,
and not doing what he is doing right now with the team,
right,
they're not good.
Well,
they won't even be playing.
No. You might have this same team have 3 losses, and you still play well. He's got 1 loss, and he's the thing that Harry Douglas said the other day.
3-1 in the loss column at the end of the season is really good.
The thing that Harry Douglas said the other day that I really liked
3 or 1 better yet
was Hurts has been the most consistent. He has not had any bad games. He's been really, really good, and that says a lot. But it is fair, Key, when you mention everything Peyton Manning had, Jim Kelly had, some guys have more than others. Every year, like Jim Kelly had a lot in Buffalo, right? Peyton Manning had a lot on offense in Indianapolis, not always on defense. So Tom Brady
had a lot on D too.
But there were guys with more on D. Indianapolis Colts didn't always have the best or top half or top third defense.
Because
some other teams did.
But see, Max, that was because of the style. It was an offensive driven team, in the style on the defensive side was bend, don't break, don't even worry about it. We'll score, just keep them out of the end zone. That's what it was about. Okay, but go ahead.
All right, okay. I hear what you're saying. Point taken. The point is, if you evaluate the league right now for MVP, and this was an MVP conversation, I don't think Parsons is just trying to boost his own case. I don't think he's going to win MVP. But Patrick Mahomes is doing it with less. You could say, well, Kittle keeps the change moving. He does. I'm sorry, Kittle. I meant Kelsey. Kelsey keeps the chains moving. He does. But the fact is, their defense isn't very good. And Spagnuolo, people have been critical of this year in terms of the way he's trying to match up with certain teams, especially the Bengals. And they did lose Tyreek Hill, who is a lot. I mean, he's in the MVP conversation.
But they're doing it different than they did a year ago. The quarterback has displayed that we can still score points. We're just not going to go 60. We're going to go 60 in a bunch of small bites and not in large chunks, which is fine. Patrick Mahomes is in the MVP conversation. There's no question about it. But you just mentioned to me 12-1. Isn't that what you said?
Yep.
Okay, so the Kansas City Chiefs are not 12-1, despite what the personnel may look like. They're not 12-1. What Philadelphia is.
But that's what I mean. Like
I think they're 12-1, right?
You want to do the hard work. It's hard work to try to isolate a player's value. So most people don't want to do it. So they just go, well, that's the best player on the best team. He's the MVP. And what Parsons to me is saying is, hold on, time out, everybody. Jalen Hurts is really good, right? He's good. There's no question. I think he's great. But there are better players than that. Not in the better position. Patrick Mahomes better than Jalen Hurts, period. And I think he's having a better year. But
he's been in it longer. Their styles are different. Okay, Patrick Mahomes can't run like Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts can't Houdini it like Patrick Mahomes. Their styles are different, Max.
They're both on the board. Who are you taking?
Well, it depends on what my system is.
Be a part of Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max Nation on the Dr. Pepper call-in line. 888-SAY-ESPN, 729-3776. ESPN Nation is presented by Dr. Pepper. It ain't college football season without the delicious taste of an ice-cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. All right, we want you to weigh in. Parsons trying to, like, play some games with Jalen Hurts.
He's trying to get a few votes himself. He knows what he's doing.
Is he doing what Key is saying? Who's more responsible for the Eagles' success, Jalen Hurts or the team? Plus, Is it time for Green Bay to punt on Jordan Love?
Y'all try to be
After
crazy.
this word from Omega Accounting, small business owners, you want to know